Shifting focus now, Russian missiles pounded Dnipro city on Saturday, causing loss of life and massive damage to energy infrastructure. At least 21 people have been confirmed dead and dozens others are wounded. As search and rescue operations continue, take a look at this report.
Homes turned into ruins. Several people feared trapped under debris. Many dead and dozens wounded. This is a residential complex in east-central Ukraine's Dnipro city that has been struck by a Russian missile. Ukraine's military command says 3 air raids, 57 missile strikes, 69 heavy weapon rocket salvo systems pounded the city on Saturday. The Ukrainian emergency services have toiled for hours to search for survivors as fear of several being trapped under the debris hound authorities.
A residential building was hit. A section of the apartment building was turned into rubble. There are a lot of people wounded by shrapnels. We arrived here 10-15 minutes after the hit. 2 of our teams are working. We are removing people from the site.
Rescuers punched and even kicked through heaped mounds of smashed concrete and twisted metal. Emergency workers said they heard people screaming for help from underneath the debris, and were using moments of silence to help direct their efforts. Saturday's attack marks Russia's largest wave of strikes in 2 weeks. Authorities have resorted to imposing emergency blackouts to protect the people.
I was asleep, but then I woke up and I started screaming. I didn't understand why. I woke up and I heard an explosion. Then I went out, looked out the window, and just a huge cloud of smoke. I thought that the floor of the house had been demolished. After half an hour, I got ready, went out into the yard, and people just screamed. Children, women, bloody people were walking around. The police were everywhere. I went out, but the floor of the house was gone.
According to Ukrainian authorities, the attack stripped around 1,700 people off their homes. The Dnipro residents extended a helping hand to the rescue workers to help these victims and clear the rubble. They brought food and warm clothes for those who had lost their homes. The residents called the Russian strikes an act of terror against the civilians.
This is clearly terrorism, and all this is simply not human. Victory must be won on the battlefield and not among the civilian population.
The strikes had also hit critical infrastructure in Kiev and other places. Ukrainian officials warned this would restrict power supply for the capital and large swathes of the country over the next few days. This is not the first time when Russian authorities have targeted Ukrainian power infrastructure. Russia has been pounding the country's energy infrastructure with missiles and drones since October last year. This has led to sweeping blackouts and disruptions to central heating and running water. Ukraine's energy minister German Galushchenko has said that fresh attacks in many regions have again impacted country's energy generation facilities and power grid. Amidst the intensifying attacks, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky issued a fresh appeal to his Western allies for more weaponry to end Russian terror and attacks on civilian targets. The Western powers are now considering sending in battle tanks to Kiev. However, the Kremlin has warned against it, alleging that the move would only worsen the situation. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
WION, now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.